All right, Larry Krueger here at O'Hare International Airport as we're making the way back from Niners-Eagles to San Francisco. What a win for the 49ers. Let's go through some notes. George Kittle spoke for the first time since his injury. We should tell you we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out there in Emeryville, Corte Madera, soon to open in 2026 in Petaluma. Open 7 days a week. 8 p.m. until they run out, and they do run out. Go say hi to Damon and Mary, get some brisket, tell them that Krug sent you. Also, our trip to Philly was sponsored by Claw Daddy Arcades. Thanks to Claw Daddy Arcades. They got 7 locations, including one in Capitola. He's a great follow on Instagram, at Claw_Daddy_Arcades, to find locations near you. All right, let's talk a little bit about the 49ers. Niners get the win. They're moving on to Seattle for the second round. If the Niners win that game and the Bears beat the Rams, we're going to be back here in Chicago in 2 weeks. But George Kittle spoke today, and obviously he's crushed, right? He tore his Achilles. He's done for the year. Here's what he said. He said, football sucks sometimes, but I love it. I love these guys and this team. Heartbroken, but I've felt so much love and support from everyone reaching out. I'll be good. Thank you. We aren't done yet. Also, when your team owner is the first person to meet you in the locker room, you know you're in a special place. Cheers. All my love. And he puts looks like a shot glass of tequila. The story was that Jed York called down to the locker room and asked George, hey, George, what can I do for you? And George said, bring me a bottle of tequila. So Jed was watching the game in his suite at Lincoln Financial, and he brought a bottle of Patron, or had a bottle of Patron, sent down to the Niners locker room. And, just class act. The DeBartolos cared about their players. The Yorks care about their players. Classy move by Jed to take care of one of the greatest Niners there is in George Kittle. And just a class move. Just an absolute class move there by Jed York. All right, a couple other 49er notes we should share with you. The Niners, I thought some of the keys for this game, just watching it again, and I haven't gone through the all-22, but I will when I get back to San Francisco. The third down, we said third down was going to be a key, and the Niners failed to convert on their first 3 third down attempts, but then went 6 of 7 on third downs the rest of the way, including the kneel down. The Eagles, by contrast, opened 3 for 3 on third downs, but converted just 2 of their next 13 third downs. Philly went 3 for 5 on fourth down, but man, the pivot there from the start of the game to the rest of the game on third down alone really reveals how pivotal that factor was in this game. Brock Purdy, what can we say about Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy is he's the man. His playoff resume so far, he's in his 4th year. He's 5-2 in the playoffs, 1 Super Bowl appearance, 2 appearances in the NFC Championship game, 2 game-winning drives, the largest comeback win in NFC title game history against the Lions. If you think about it, Brock Purdy has won every single playoff game that he's ever started, except for the game where he got his elbow ripped out, and when he went toe-to-toe with Mahomes in the Super Bowl and walked off the field with a lead at the end. So, really, if you think about it, it's pretty amazing. He's won every single playoff except for one where he didn't play more than 6 snaps and couldn't throw, and one where he left the field in overtime with the lead in the Super Bowl against Mahomes and never saw the ball again. Brock Purdy's damn good. This just in. Brock Purdy's damn good. Shanahan as well deserves some credit here. His team always has a chance. They knew exactly what the Eagles wanted to run. He had answers for all of Vic Fangio's hurdles. He executed. Shanahan is just such a good offensive coach, and that play call to CMC on the game-winning touchdown was an incredible call. And he'll show you something early in the game, and then he'll come back to it in one way or one fashion or another. And he's just one of the great offensive play callers of his time. He might be the best offensive play caller of his time. He's up there. He's absolutely up there, and he deserves a whole lot of credit. It's amazing when you look at the Niners. They've either missed the playoffs entirely or gone all the way to the NFC Championship game since 2003. I mean, think about that for a second. They either miss the playoffs or make it to one step from the Super Bowl every single season since 2003. One other note I thought was interesting, the Texans today released veteran pass rusher Darrell Taylor, who just came off the IR, and he's healthy now. He's a former Bear, former Seahawk. He's heading to waivers. If I'm the Niners, I'm putting a claim in on Darrell Taylor. I mean, you need all the help you can get off the edge, and he's a really good pass rusher. Eric Kendricks has to be shouted out. Eric Kendricks did not miss a single tackle in the wild card round. He also didn't miss a tackle in Week 18. And that's the first time all season that a starting Niner linebacker went 2 successive games without missing a tackle. Kendricks had 6 run stops. Only Fred's 7 in Week 3 have topped that number. So it's going to be interesting. You know, for Seattle, this will be their 2nd straight game against the Niners, which also is kind of interesting, 3rd overall. They scored 13 points in the first 2 games. We'll see what they get this 3rd time around. The Niner defense this time around has Eric Kendricks, has Garrett Wallow, has Marquise Siegel. They're all healthy, and based on what we saw this weekend, they're playing well. As far as George Kittle and what kind of rehab he's looking at, I mean, he's probably going to miss all of next year. It's an Achilles. It's a full-blown Achilles. That surgery has evolved through the years. And now the surgery, I guess from what I'm reading here, involves repairing the ends of torn tendons and securing it to the bone. So he could return to play in about 9 to 12 months. So in the past, rehab protocols have led to more muscle atrophy and joint stiffness. The newer surgical techniques, according to Dr. Pandya, who I'm reading on Twitter, are less invasive and use stronger implants and allow for a more aggressive rehab. So we shall see. I would say you count him out, obviously, the rest of this year, and you count him out for next year. And if he surprises you, he surprises you. But I don't think you can bank on him for next year. Kyle Shanahan, by the way, from 2017 through today, has 9 playoff wins. The 49ers from 2000 through 2016 had 6 playoff wins. Absolutely amazing when you think about it. What the Niners defense and Robert Saleh has done is incredible as well. The Niners defense in the second half of games, 9th in EPA per play, 19th in success rate. This is since week 11. When you look at the way the Niners are playing, it's impressive. They generated only 10 pressures and 1 sack against the Eagles, but Keion White led the way. Good trade acquisition by Lynch. 4 pressures, 1 sack. 3 of them came from Yetur Gross-Matos, who played a lot at defensive end instead of defensive tackle. So, you know, as far as the league and the schedule, I mean, you play who you play, and you play when they tell you to play, and it's as simple as that. You can complain about it, but it ain't going to do any good. But, I mean, think about this. Niners play in Philly, get home at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then have to prep on a short week to play Saturday. Obviously, there's a lot of people in Ninerland that are not thrilled with that. They'll take it any way it comes, but they're not thrilled with that schedule. By the way, for those of you who are like, oh, you know, Brock Purdy's good, but he's not this, he's not that. Since the beginning of 2023, Brock Purdy leads the league in QBR. He's tied with Josh Allen. Nick Wagner had a couple interesting stats that I thought were interesting today. The Eagles in the first half yesterday averaged 4.8 a carry, 20 rushes, 95 yards. Eagles in the second half averaged 2.8 yards per carry, 16 rushes, 45 yards. The Niners really buckled down on defense. Eagles had 19 carries for 85 yards when C.J. West wasn't on the field. That's 4.5 yards a carry. In the 17 carries when West was on the field, they averaged 3.2 yards a carry. And when West and Alfred Collins were on the field together, Philly ran 13 times for 38 yards. That's 2.9 yards a carry. I think the Niners have found their interior duo in Alfred Collins and C.J. West. Those guys are getting nothing but better and better and better. All right, that's going to do it for us. We're about ready to board our connector to head to the city, and we'll have a lot more tomorrow and obviously coverage all week. The plan is to go to Seattle and be there on Saturday for Niners Seahawks. Thanks again to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Claw Daddy as well, Claw Daddy Arcades. And thanks to Sharp Corners Sports Cards and Collectibles, the great Anthony Catania at 831-521-5264. And you can connect with him on Instagram at Sharp Corners 831 on the gram. Cold weather in Philly. Probably even a little colder outside here, but we're not going outside. We're about ready to get on the bird and fly back to the city. So thanks to all of you guys who supported us all year on the Krug Show, and more to come. Once again, thanks to all you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.